All right. I think we are going. Are we going? Let's see. Let's skip this ad. Here we go. That's me. Oh. Uh-oh. There we go. All right. Welcome in, everybody. It is Sunday at 8 p.m., which means it is GeoGuessr time. 8 p.m. It's GeoGuessr o'clock. So, we are 18 deep because last week I fumbled massively. Head was not in the game. I'll be real. My head was not in the game. We had tech issues. I was just, wasn't my week. So, we're back. Grisavia. I don't know what that means. We are somewhere. Christopher likes saying, let's go Cabo Verde. Wait a minute. Uruguay. Should have seen that coming. Uruguay football. No way. That's insane. Cat saying hello. I'm also watching the game too. No way. So that puts... Oh my god. That would be insane if Cabo Verde got out the group. That's ridiculous. These seem like Russian plates. Christopher likes saying they have a shot. Actually ridiculous. I don't like that. That looks a little blue, which is concerning. So let's... No, that looks white. That looks like a Ukrainian plate. Iltar saying, keep looking though. Kazkirg vibes from last week. Actually, you could be right. This should be Kazakhstan. That's why we're getting that blue. This is Kazakhstan. Very good point, Iltar. Thank you for bringing that up. I firmly believe this is Kazakhstan. How can I prove that? I don't know. I don't know how to prove that. Yeah, Cat saying not red plates. So why is it Kazakhstan? Why am I thinking Kazakhstan? It looks like Kazakhstan. This chair is being annoying. There we go. I'm a little lower now, so let's lower that. I got more back support this way. Right. Why do we think it's Kazakhstan? It looks Kazakh. A. B. This truck. This is like the Kazakh. This is like the white truck is the white Kazakh truck. And then the plates. Kazakh plates are white like the Russian plates, but they have a little bit of blue on them, similar to... I wish you wouldn't know what they're similar to, but that's why we're seeing a little bit of blue on each of them, but not quite the blue and yellow of the Ukrainian ones. We have some words here. I can't tell what letters these are, if I'm honest. AM saying, you, sir, are an American hero. Thank you as always, AM. Love it. Christopher likes saying Uruguay 2, Cape Verde 2. Final. That's insane. Wait, so Uruguay actually conceded 2 goals against Cabo Verde. How do I see the... Man, that's crazy. I gotta watch that later. So let's keep moving on. What's going on in that plate? What would solidify things? I'm very confident that this... Oops, my bad. I brushed the mic, and to me, I don't even hear that, but to you, that's probably like... What was I saying? I'm very, 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 very confident that this is Kazakhstan. And I want to go ahead and just put Kazakhstan. And I need someone to give me permission. I just need one person on board to say, yes, I think you're right. This is Kazakhstan. Cat saying send then. Appreciate it, cats. Watch this. I'm a genius. I'm actually not a genius. That was Iltire pointing out that Kazakhstan was a possibility. And then I was like, oh yeah, it's Kazakhstan. This is now interesting. We're in a place. So I want to say, how much coverage do we even have here? I think we're just in a circle. Let's do that. Nope, we don't want that. Let's do that. Nope, can we go this way? What's in here? We've got... That's not super helpful. Yeah, Cat's saying hopefully we can get out. Hopefully we can just see something else. Yeah, even this is helpful. We've got this water here. A language would be very helpful. Can't tell. Can we get out onto the road? No. Okay. Is this a lake? Looks kind of flat. Malta. Could this be Malta? It looks right. Christopher likes saying it looks Middle Eastern. I think... Stupid extra wire I bought last week when I thought that was the issue in the way. Malta does look kind of Middle Eastern. Yeah, as Katz is saying. If we could see where the steering wheels are in these cars, it'd be very helpful. If anything, that would be ironclad evidence. Or, Malta's a small enough place. The port is to our south-southeast. So south-southeast we have the quarry. Yep. And then we turn and look this way. We are looking into kind of this bay right here. Does that make sense? Cat saying check Gozo Island. Okay, the area around Valletta, you remember, is built up. I assume this is Gozo Island. So, alright, once again, ferries here. This wouldn't make sense here. Not ferries, harbor. Where are we going to get a big harbor? Maybe down here? Cat's saying, okay, no harbor in Gozo. Maybe it's not even actually Malta. Let's wander around a bit more. Awesome. Go over here. Nope, not helpful. Over here. What's that? I don't know. Altar's saying look for maybe a national monument south of a harbor. We'd be north of the harbor because the harbor's to the south, southeast. So that's why I think we're here. I think we're here at Tignes Point, and then the harbor is here. And then this is the area we're able to see into. Because we're not even in Valletta. Is it Valletta or Valletta? I don't know. It doesn't matter. Because it's not that built up. We're in a different part, so it's maybe not as built up. This is the distribution center that we can see from... distribution center. That's this. So we're here. And we're able to look down at the quarry, which is to the south, right? To the south. And then when we look east, so we're looking east, we see the distribution center. We see the kind of... I don't know if this works. Sammy Marco saying Malta. I agree. We're just trying to... Anyone think it's not Malta? I think we're kind of stuck. And I think we have a good guess. So looking north, we get... looking north, though. That's what... Nope, I'm turned around. I'm looking the wrong way. East is the other way. I'm dumb. So we are actually at this fort, and then we're still looking in that direction, and then we look across. That doesn't make sense. Are we here? And then that gives us the... This doesn't make any sense. I don't know. Maybe right there. And we're maybe in here, and then the... No. Could we be here? Also doubtful. Actually, could be right here. I kind of like that. Sammy Marcoson, happy longest day of the year. I didn't even realize. That's crazy. So is it still... Yeah, sun's still kind of out. That's wild. 8:13. What time is actual sunset today? Let's find out. Sunset's at 8:30. And then what? Sunrise at 5:25. Awesome. Sammy Marco asking, why aren't you looking around the main map? Because there's very little coverage. We're just kind of meandering around in some dirt. That's why. And some rocks. Okay, Iltard saying longest day of the year, but it's not the longest sunset. It's not the latest sunset of the year. It's an astronomical quirk, and the latest sunset is a week or so after the solstice. How does that work? Alright, I think we do it. Anyone wants to stop me from doing it, say so now. You've got a couple seconds. Yeah, notice how that's the church. There's no minarets. YOLO. Nice. Alright. We took a little bit longer on that than we really needed to, but Swedish right here. Cats saying well done. Thank you, Cats. It said Malta on a crate, so I don't know if I get credit for that. That's just kind of reading. Oh, that's these are words. This is Polish. Yep, Cat saying Polish. Let's do Poland. Love it. Ooh. Where is this? This is confusing. Sammy Marco saying, oh, well, that's helpful. Sweden? Yeah, we're good with that. Sammy Marco saying, I'm so tired, I'm about to fall asleep. Yup. Me too, dude. Me too. I'm excited to go to bed tonight. I started feeling really tired like an hour ago. I had to go get I obviously wasn't going to have coffee because it was 7 p.m., but I had to go get a Dr. Pepper. Yep, Cat saying Sweden. It is Sweden. And now I'm just struggling. So I was very exhausted with Drew being here this weekend. And a pigeon just landed on my AC unit. That's what that sound was. Taylor Gammon saying going to Sweden Saturday. Love that. Where are you visiting in Sweden? I assume Stockholm, but I'm sure there's a lot of other stuff to see outside of the city. Cat saying still early for me, so might watch New Zealand Egypt before going back to bed. Ooh, Il Tired asking, did you use the free $10 pizza trick? I can't eat pizza. Or I'm not supposed to. So, I did not, unfortunately. New Zealand to Egypt would be interesting. Especially, I would just like what we saw today. It's crazy. Cabo Verde, Uruguay 2-2. No crazy games coming up the next few days, though, I don't think. Blah, blah, blah. Taylor Gammon saying Stockholm. Beautiful. I really want to go to Stockholm. I was sitting in a... I've mentioned this before. I was sitting in a cafe in Buenos Aires. Okay, this is Indonesia. We'll keep looking. Just in case, but... I was sitting in a cafe in Buenos Aires last year. My ankle absolutely killing me. Like, not able to walk much. And I was just like, I should go to Sweden next weekend. I'd missed my flight back to New York. I was like, I should go to Sweden next weekend. Just being an idiot. Because I was like, it's so pretty. Oh, yeah. Be cool the sun doesn't set this time of year. Is it like... it's like sunset times. Here it is. Stockholm. Yeah, cat saying Indonesia or Malaysia. Oh, yeah, look at that. Night, not for this day. That is crazy. I wonder how far south you can go and not get a nighttime. That's wild. I just assume that with the red that they're using on these, it makes me think it's Indonesia, but obviously I think it's me just overthinking it. But yeah, Drew here, very active weekend. The last couple weekends, been walking a lot on the ankle. The ankle's training it to get better. RP. They're both RP, aren't they? It's really not helpful. But training the ankle. Had 3 10-mile days back to back 2 weekends ago. Yes, they are both RP. Awesome. Sammy Marco saying you hosted the official Belarus ambassador. Yes, they let him travel over to the States for the World Cup. It was fantastic, just a real diplomatic win. So we got him here in New York. He enjoyed it. A lot of walking, as I said. Yeah, did a quick stream with Drew last Thursday. He landed. We were sitting in the living room. And he came into my room to talk to me while I was getting ready to, we were getting ready to head out. And seeing him with the stream background behind him, I was like, no way. We got to put you on stream just right now. That would be hilarious. So we did a 25-minute stream that we decided to do just in the moment. So it was fun. A lot of fun. Did we go to a match? No. We do not have that kind of money. We had a very cheap weekend. We had it was a very cheap weekend. It was awesome. We just walked around. Did 9 miles. Ooh. I don't know, the days are running together. It's 9 miles one day, 14 miles on Saturday. No, that doesn't make sense. 14 miles on Friday. 8 yesterday. Something of that sort. Pertamina. I have never heard of that. Perta shop. Yeah, got those crazy miles. Where is Batang? We keep saying, we see Bintang, Batang. I'm pretty sure that's a... This is another kind of the Czech and Slovak difference that I can't pick up. This kind of feels similar to that, where I know it's one of the two, but I don't know which one. I just genuinely have no clue. We've seen... There's a lack of Indonesian flags, if this is Indonesia. It's a very... Except, as I say that, this pole, but this could be a coincidence. The Indonesian flag is so simple, and then there's a flag right here. And it's Indonesian. There we go. Any objections to Indonesia? But yes, lots of cats saying Indonesia. After we went to sleep, after walking the 14 miles, the incision sites on my foot decided to make themselves known. They went into a brief rebellion while I tried to sleep, which was fun. So this is in Greek. Let me look at a car. Steering wheel. The steering wheel's on the correct side. This is Greece. Appreciate Cyprus deciding to drive on the wrong side of the road, as that makes our lives a lot easier. It would be, oh, well, not GR. We would have gotten it regardless, but let's do it. Awesome. Philippines. Watch how smart I am. Yeah, too much English happening here. Cats? Any, Yep, cat saying yes, that is in Tagalog. Thank you. Like you'd already said it when I was like, hey, cats, can you chime in? Whatever we find is going to be in English. Cat saying that means you've seen something, say something. What do you mean? Are you asking how I knew it was the Philippines immediately? It was the concrete road. It was just, for whatever reason, I'm pretty sure that's a meta. Of course it's not in English, as I said that. So, Estancia Santa Helena. Oh, no, the Tagalog words there were. Gotcha. Okay, that makes more sense. Huh. Oh, fun. Look at that. That's a little lesson in Tagalog for all of us. We can come away tonight having learned something new. So, having seen Spanish, I'm a little more bamboozled as to where we are. I think this could be Brazil. That is a Mercosur plate. This is Portuguese. So as I said, I think this could be Brazil. So let's see what's on this sign here. If it's in, yep, this is Portuguese. Yep, this is Brazil. I don't think anybody has any objections to that. This is very clearly not Portugal. Right? Yep, cat saying Brazil. Let's do it. Love it. Now, where might this be? This feels... No, I'm not going to finish that sentence. It's Russia. It's going to be Russia. Ready? Watch this. Where'd that sign go? There was a sign. Bro. Okay, Cats is saying feels Canada too. Hold up. Haha. Oh no, this is actually annoying. It's dual script. Where's Popovo? Yeah, Sammy Marco saying Canadian. Oh yes, the very Canadian looking sign. Yep, very Canadian looking. French be looking more Slavic, yeah. Haha. Check Highway 51. Let's look at the highway numbers. Ukraine isn't dual script anyway. I don't know why I checked it. Bulgaria doesn't use blue signs, but let's see if I get proven wrong here. This is likely Bulgaria. It's the right font. Or the right kind of logo here. Papavo. That's where we're going. I don't see it. Yeah, Christopher likes saying Bulgaria. There's Papavo. Sokolov. This is G means Gorod. Gorod means town. Wait. Yeah. Gorod means town. For some reason I just had a brain fart. I thought it said U, which would be Ulica, which is street, so it's saying like we don't have to look for this. It's not a town, it's a street, but it is a town. Anyway. This looks Chilean, and then it's going to not be. It's going to be Spain. This isn't Chilean. No way. That looks like a Chilean plate. Am I accidentally a genius? I might accidentally be really smart. I need cars to get close to us. We're gonna see Spanish. That's just a fact. Not Chevrolet. It's because you have 40 kilometers an hour. Cat saying you're doing better this week than last week. It's because I'm mentally present this week. I was way too bamboozled last week. Hold up. Wait a minute. This is Mexico. Where's the sun? Yeah, sun's to the south. This is Mexico. Where's Arturo to tell us that? Yep, we're good. Love it. Awesome. Do we need to move? I do not need to. I don't think so. Semi-Mark saying Mexico is my first thought. Yeah, I was 100% confident that it was a Spanish-speaking country. I just was not sure which one. And all three that I was thinking of were on different continents. JAL means Jalisco? I guess so. I haven't seen that before, and I was a little confused by it, but I didn't want to dial too much in on that. Cat saying Iceland, and Cat saying Iceland now has me concerned. So I was not thinking that. So, great. Those aren't helpful flags. Cat saying this might be Reykjavik. Not 100% sure. This looks like every town in the UK. Yeah, Semi-Mark is saying Netherlands. It's Netherlands. Or Belgium. Let's just... This will take 2 minutes. Yeah, Tired saying no, I don't think Iceland. Hold up. We got, see, that's trying to trick us. Where was... Anyone else just see the German flag there? That was a trick. Oh, it wasn't the German flag. It was just the same colors. Yeah, Tired saying, yeah, 5 for anything in Iceland is not happening. Sammy Marco saying definitely not Iceland. Where'd those cars go? So these cars have Dutch plates. Just pointing that out. Language is likely Dutch. Eating and drinking is Dutch. Any objections to the Netherlands? .no. Yeah, Semi-Mark is saying definitely Netherlands in my opinion. I agree. Easy. Awesome. It's Botswana. Nope. I didn't finish saying it. Is that Tamil? Please have a very obvious Sri Lankan patch on your uniform. Dude. Cats is saying Sri Lanka. I agree. That's Tamil. Any objections to that? Or do we think otherwise? At least it was right there. I was fully thinking Botswana. Come on, come on. Moving as slow as humanly possible. Alright. Anything helpful on the truck? Sri Lankan army. Nice. Ooh. Lucrative tea. Let's finish. Right? Any of... Oh no, my water! I did it again. It's over there. I don't need it that bad. Oh, it's Estonian. Okay, so T-E-E is Estonian. T-I-E is Finnish. Okay. Okay, cool. Well, we're good. Sammy Marcos saying massive respondents in NYC right now. Goodness. Yeah, I was crossing the street earlier, and an ambulance turned on its sirens because... It turned on the siren, but not the lights, because someone was taking too long to go through the traffic light. Which I was like, I don't know that. That's kind of what the horn's for. It was kind of insanely loud for, hey dude, light's green. But, you know, whatever. Atlas. Oh. It didn't say Atlas. I can't read. Basically, of the South. This is Peru or Bolivia. And now we get to figure out which one. Yay! I think I know where we are in the region, and unfortunately the place I'm thinking of is along the border. This looks like near Lake Titicaca on one side of the border or the other, and I would almost lean toward Bolivia, because I think in Peru we would have seen a lot more political messaging already. Oh, come on. Bring the... Yes, yes. I can't tell. No. I wanted the crest on the truck to tell me where we are. Christopher Like asking, is it true the Netherlands took over the streets of New York the other day? I didn't hear about it. Where did they take over the streets of New York? I haven't seen a single person in a Dutch jersey. Did they play here? Sammy Marco saying Lake Titicaca is one of the greatest names. Oh, here we go. Arequipa, Cabanilla. Yep. Arequipa, as I said, it's yep, right there. Cabanilla. I don't know where that is. Cat saying Peru. I think that's good enough evidence. So if that's that way, this is that way. Where's Cabanilla? Do I need to find it, or are we good with that? I kind of want to be good with that. Alright, we're just going to be good with that. Peru, got it. Big brain. Yep, Cat's saying, yep, we know Arequipa's in Peru. But that's what got us last week. I'm getting no water. That's what got us last week, was I spawned in, and there's no water in this. There's like a drop. We spawned in. It said Pristina. So I was like, okay, I know where we are. And it was like, nope. Sucks to be you. You're not where you think you are. You're a country over. I don't remember where it actually ended up being. I have no idea what that says. I can't even pick out a language family that whatever that said belongs to. Cat saying Greek. That was Greek? That's really embarrassing if that was Greek. Please don't be Greek. That's Greek. Yeah. Glad I studied Greek for 2 years as a child. It's clearly very useful. Yep, because for like saying this is Greece, let's do it. Awesome. Probably should have checked what side of the cars the steering wheel was on, but nothing bad happened. This is Japan. Why is it Japan? It's obviously Japan. Anybody object to that? This is in Japanese. Yeah, cat saying Japan. Let's do it. Exactly, Sammy Marco. Place Japan. 34. We're killing it. We're running away with this. Left-hand drive. This is going to be RAF Barford. This is the United Kingdom. Let's take like 2 seconds to look around. Yeah, British plates. Easy. I'm a little thrown off. Not gonna lie. Is this Mexico? Is this Gulf Coast of Mexico? I can't quite. That's the closest vibe I can match this to. Oh, I might be a genius. Ooh, front and back plates that are closer to the Mexican size. It's more like Mexico's plates are very similar to the U.S. and Canada's in that they're like that instead of really wide. They're more like that. This van says Canada on it, so potentially they've driven here from Canada. No, Canada transfers. They transfer people to their hotels. They transfer Canadians to their hotels here in Cancun. We are near Cancun. That is my big brain guess because I'm a genius. So let's look at... I don't know. I can't see anything on that bus. Yep, Semi-Marcus saying it. Exactly. Cancun airport transfer. Yep, Cat saying probably transfer for Canadians. I think we're on the money here. Mayan. It says Mayan. I just hit the mic again. This is Mexico. Are Mayans also in Guatemala? Yes. Is this Guatemala? No. It's not Guatemala. It's Mexico. Cat saying Mexico. The 2 Coke trucks further that statement. Cancun. That was solely on vibes. I'm a genius, as I said. A lot of confidence today, it seems. I mean, this is Qatar, right? And then we're gonna Lusail. This is Qatar. Cat saying yes, you're a genius, and thank you, Cats. I needed somebody other than myself to say it. Cat saying Qatar. Now we've got a very well maintained road with a train track running parallel. This could be any number of places, but luckily we have some words we're coming up on here. Oh, no, I was not hoping for that. Oh, that says Kazakh. That says Kazakhstani. I can't tell what letter that is. Rayon? Kazakhstani rayon? Either way, that says Kazakhstani. Let's go. I was hoping to just maybe look at something and be able to say, okay, that's this language, but I can just read that. Awesome. Or Kazank, Givistaki. Yeah, whatever. Kazank. Kastanki. That's not Russian. That's not proper Russian. That has to be Kazakh. It's not Russian. I'm a little like on the fence, but Cat saying Rayon might just be how they split places in Kazakhstan. Yeah, Cat saying your Russian class is helping us well. I know. It's been very good for us. Yep. Simi Marco saying it's solely for GeoGuessr. Just wait until it's Czech classes. I know those are gonna go crazy. Freezite saying it was solely for Svetlana. What's up, y'all? What is up, Freezite? Welcome in. Cat saying hello, Freezite. Exactly, Sami Marco. It does look like the Kazakh blue. It's Kazakh colors. Eltard saying maybe take a few extra minutes. Don't just rely on one sign. I like that. Just to... That's a Kazakh plate. Yep, we're fine. Remember how I said it wasn't Russian? But I don't speak the other languages? Alright, let's translate that. I was like, that doesn't seem right. Cat's asking, can we zoom in on the map? Eltard's saying, remember how I said maybe take a few minutes? Yep. Made a mistake. Alright. It's Ukrainian, it's not Russian. Can't read that. I tried teaching myself the Ukrainian alphabet the other week. So let's see. Because I have to basically sound it out into... so I have to know what that letter doesn't make a sound. I think I kind of got that right. What is that? Oh, I pressed the wrong computer. Different buttons. It's not helpful. Kaz, you know what I'm gonna do? It's not great viewing for you all, but I'm gonna use the camera on the Google Translate. I want Ukrainian. Give me Ukrainian. Ukrainian camera. Kazanivsky. What does that mean? Okay. Yeah, exactly, Cats. At least we were only about 30 deep. Well, that kind of sucks. Where are we? Look, I think this is just... Bear with me. Okay. This is Japan. That's okay. We're locking in. That didn't happen. I don't want to do this one. Can we skip this one? Taylor Gammon saying Kazankivsky district. Gotcha. Yeah, that's... makes sense. Yeah, Cat saying South Africa quick. I think this is actually... I'm not so sure about that, but at the same time, I don't want to spend time on it. How do we read all these signs? I think this is actually Kenya. Yep, Kenyan flag. Big brain. Christopher likes saying just a heads up. Georgia has coverage now. At least Georgia is a very distinct language. That shouldn't be too hard. Foley's Bar and Restaurant, Bed and Breakfast. Okay, so this is just Ireland. Yep, white plates. This is Ireland. Cat saying I didn't know Paraguay has coverage. Actually, yeah. Let's focus on that for a second. It came out like a year ago that Paraguay was going to have coverage, and then we've just never gotten it. That was kind of crazy. Factory. Okay, this is... Oh, that's just Dutch. That's all that is. The J had me thinking we were Balkan, but all the Dutch plates make it the Netherlands. So, here we go. Netherlands, boom, done. I don't know. I don't know what that says. Read these polls. Okay, that's helpful. Kai Marine. Oh yeah, all the bikes too. I even clocked that. I just immediately saw all the yellow. I kind of want to say Chile, but I don't think it's not. It's not Chile. It'll be Mexico again. Where's Arturo when you need him? That's an Argentine plate. I gotta not open my mouth until I'm a little more sure of things. Mercosur plate, Mercosur plate. It's not. It's a Uruguayan highway sign. So it's 100% not Mexico because of these plates. The highway sign is Uruguayan. We saw an Argentine plate back there, which kind of makes sense because they're next door to each other. We're on Route 40 in Uruguay, it seems. Do I feel like looking for that? No. I'm going to give it a little quick look through and not invest too much time in it. This doesn't look like Uruguay, though. That's what... No, there's a mountain. There's a mountain. It's not Uruguay. This doesn't make sense. It makes zero sense. That's an Argentine plate. That's an Argentine plate. Am I just not remembering what Argentine highway signs look like? That they look like... That's Highway 40, which is near mountains, and it looks kind of the same as the highway sign we saw. Forget the 3 other places I've said it was in the last 3 minutes. We're in Argentina, specifically in this part. Any objections? Where are the mountains at? Are they... Yeah, the mountains are to the west. This is Argentina. Cat saying Argentina send. Got it. Amazing. Moving on. We have European plates. European architecture. What's going on there? That is... Which one is that? Nope. That is a Slovakian coat of arms right there. Teeny tiny Slovakian coat of arms on that plate. Yep, Cat saying Slovakia. And Ulisa, which is saying Czechoslovak accurate? Can I say that? Yeah, Slovakian coat of arms. It's a like in referring to the language family. Can I call it that? I'm gonna check after this round. So I don't want to Google anything related to... Yep, Slovakia right there. Okay. Slovakian. Slovakian similar to Russian. Nope. No, I don't want Slovak. I can find it from here. Okay, language is Slovak. Okay, Czech-Slovak. I can call it that. West Slavic. What is considered? Okay, that makes sense. Is this Andorra? It's Alpine. Oh, that's a Swiss flag. This is Switzerland. Sometimes it's that easy. Alright, let's run it. Switzerland. Love it. 6. I'm getting us back. Yep, Cat saying Switzerland. Anything crazy happen this week? Oh. Zoinks. We're on the right-hand side of the road. Is that Cambodian? That was Cambodian. Any objections to that? Cat saying I might have been there. In Switzerland. I didn't even look where we were in Switzerland. Where was that? I think that was Zernez when I caught the bus to I'm not going to try to say that. For the Winter Olympics. Huh. I'm surprised that's where the kind of transit hubs are. It looked like a nice place. But this is Cambodian 100%. Shkola. You know what was really funny? This is Bosnia, I think. I know you attended a certain world sporting event. That's a good point, Freeze. I forget that we had a stream on like Thursday. So did already know that. Okay, it's easier to get from Switzerland than from Milan to Livno? I don't know how the G and the N are supposed to interact there. But that's cool. And then we got Freezite saying we need Ewan to go to the France versus Norway game. I would love to go to France-Norway, but I don't have France-Norway money. Mbappe Holland would be amazing, but I don't know. But anyway, Shkola right here. So, I was on the Peloton the other day, and there was a 45-minute ride through Bosnia Peloton experience that you could do. That's what I do. I just go, I'm going to sit here for 45 minutes. So I find one, and I find the one that goes through a cool place. I was like, Bosnia. So I'm cycling through Bosnia, kind of like on the screen. And it looks like this. We're cycling through, and I'm like, okay, this might have been the wrong choice. I feel like I'm in GeoGuessr. That's a Croatian flag. I feel like I'm just in GeoGuessr, and it's my least favorite part of GeoGuessr. Random Balkans. I love the Balkans. I don't like the Balkans on GeoGuessr. So I'm cycling through, and I see this. I don't see the... I just went to cover the screen with my thumb. That's not going to do anything. I don't see the little mark above the S. That mark is what turns the word from Skola to Shkola, which is correct. Like, that is school. School is Shkola. And I didn't see the mark because I'm on the Peloton. I don't see that from where I'm cycling up from, and I'm like, oh, Skola. That's so bizarre. That's such a weird quirk of the language, you know, with them all being so close and interconnected and kind of mutually intelligible. And then I get close enough and I see the little mark, and I was like, well, I am a language genius. But all that to be said, there was a Croatian flag back there. Yeah, literally semi-Markov, doing GeoGuessr practice while working out. Accidentally. That is a Croatian flag. Any objections to Croatia? Ooh, Cat saying turned on my TV now for the Egypt-New Zealand game. I hope that'll be fun. I like New Zealand. I want to see them do well. But I think... No, Haiti's now the worst ranked team in the tournament. Yeah, and humble too. Don't forget that. Very humble. Cat's going this week, of course. That's it's what, 5 days, right? It's crazy. It's so exciting. Playing in Vancouver. What happened with... I didn't check the Belgium-Iran game earlier. Yes, game's on Friday. That's going to be so much fun. You know what? Here we go. We're on our weekly check. Ticketmaster. Not now. Where's New York? I'm just gonna type New York. I'm making this hard on myself. FIFA World Cup tickets. Oh, Iran Belgium was 0-0. That's crazy. Belgium's just not been good, and it's just same. They wrote the same thing every tournament, and they're like, "Wow, how is this terrible?" Oh, is France Norway not here? Where is it? Okay, that's France. Oh, let's go to Boston. That's far. I don't want to do that. No. No. I'm not going to that. Not a chance. You know what I could do with $1,700? Stay home. That's what I could do. Yeah, Cat saying, yeah, that is expensive. So I will not be doing that. Yeah, Cat's asking Frieza, how much was your ticket again? This is probably India, but I gotta prove it. 460 is awesome. There we go, India on the truck. 460 is fantastic. Yeah, you could fly somewhere and do a weekend trip in Tokyo or Hong Kong for $1,700. Exactly. I've told you all about one night my friend and I thought it would be really funny to do it for a video. Like, I fly to China for a weekend, but because it's a weekend, I just have to get right back on the flight. Like, I leave the airport and I'm like, nice, China, and I will turn back around and fly home. The rage bait video. I still think it'd be hilarious. This is Romanian. Yeah. Freezite saying you could save and not eat 60 burritos and go to the game. I don't eat the burritos that often. I did have another one yesterday because I had to be... Drew and I had to be at a birthday party for 7:30 and it was 7:05. And we hadn't eaten. And we were in Target. So I Uber Eats the burrito to meet us back at my place. Oh, wait, that, hold on. Yep, that says RO. It's 100% Romania. Nice. W Dig popping in saying, we are so back, fam. We are indeed so... Bro. We are indeed so back. My energy has now been deflated. Brother. Alright, let's go read. Yeah, finally got back after Father's Day stuff. Hope you enjoyed yourself. W Dig saying, hey Chris. Freezite saying, what up, pimp? Yep, Cat saying Romania. I can't read. W Dig saying, Freezite our Swiss king. Where's the sign? I want to read the sign. Here we go. Restricted area. Okay. English and Spanish. Let's get down. It could be Chile. This is not good. Yeah. Eltard saying, wait, Drew went to a birthday party. W Dick saying, wait, not the Drew birthday party lore. It was so funny. Yep, Eltard saying Chile. Okay, yep, people are saying Chile. Are we good with Chile? I'm happy to do it if people do think it's Chile. Yeah, W Dig, the Sicilian Delight, the Dawn of Palermo. The Sicilian Delight is kind of crazy. But it was great. The very large telescope. We good? Yeah. Freezite asking, anyone else thinking that going to a birthday party might stand for something else? Unfortunately, it doesn't. It's just going to a birthday party. Okay. Everyone seems to be in agreement. There we go. End of the world. Unfortunately, this could be a couple. That kind of looks more like a Chilean highway sign. It's Highway 9. Cerro Castillo. Yeah, here's Highway 9. Cat saying Argentina. I'm not sure. I think we're further up on the route of the end of the world. Yeah, here's Puerto Natales. Cerro Castillo should be up here. Yep, this is Chile. Otherwise, I'd show Route 40. Yep, Chile then. W Dick saying, I'm sure you guys already talked about it, but Cape Verde, the boys are going to advance. It's crazy. We might get something like, where's Belgium at in their group? They're not doing good. You get a Belgium not advance and then Cape Verde advance. It's kind of crazy. Yeah, Cat saying, yeah, I feel like Fin del Mundo is more synonymous with Argentina, but obviously Chile is going to take the shot at trying to claim it too. Because funsies. I'm just going to keep my mouth shut on my initial observations. Yeah, Belgium absolutely flopping. 2 ties in the easiest group of all time. Who's in their group? Oh, that was the wrong tab to go to. That's not a fun tab. What was I talking about? No way! This is such a weird group. Everyone's drawn. New Zealand going into it could be going into the tournament. Worst team to qualify could be at the top of their group if they score a goal right now. Oh man, I can't read a word of that. But no, it was funny last night because Drew was explaining to Drew and I were both explaining to people the whole funny bit around Drew complaining about birthday parties all the time. I think that it's because it's such a big group. But one of my friends was also like, yeah, everyone's always making fun of me for going to so many birthday parties. And I realized I think our friend group is just too large. Is this Albanian? The plates aren't Albanian, but is this ever Albanian? Oh, okay, there we go. W Dick saying that word is street in Albanian. Well, that's super helpful. Yep, and there's W Dick saying Albania here. Christopher like saying, imagine that group ending in all ties. That would be so funny. It'd be the funniest thing to happen in the World Cup. Yeah, this is Albania. Let me look at the plates. Yep, that's right. Nice. I know when I have absolutely no idea what I'm reading, it's Albanian. No idea what I'm reading, and it's in the... Where'd the water go? And it's in the Latin alphabet, it's Albanian. Yeah, W. Dick saying, would only be funny if Belgium finishes 4th on all ties. It would be so funny. I see signs up here. Yeah, Cat saying this looks beautiful. I know. Looks stunning. Hoffel. I don't know where that is. Cat's grabbing something real quick to eat. We'll be right back. Have fun. Hopefully something good. Maybe you can get a burrito. How is the Mexican food over there? Alright, Cat's walked away. I don't know why I asked Cat's a question. Hafalessa. El Tired saying Iceland confirmed. Okay. I'll take your word for it. Anyone eject? Hoffel. Okay, El Tired saying I know this place when I drove the ring road. Christopher likes saying we've been on this road before. Alright, let's do it. Love it. W. Dick saying looks Icelandy for sure. This is Jordan. I think we've been on this road in Jordan before. Let's drive up. Oh, that's Jordanian taxi. That's a Jordanian taxi. 100%. I got you. Thought you could slip by. Curacao getting a point. Yeah, they drew Ecuador, right? Yeah, Ecuador, what are you doing? It's crazy. We good with Jordan though? We good with that? I wonder if there's a world where knockout stage matches are like a reasonable price. What if? Right? What if Scotland goes through? Not gonna. Oh. Let me do Jordan. Big brain. Christopher likes saying, by the way, my YouTube Twitch project I'm working on is very likely to be 3 separate channels at launch. Interesting. A lot more ideas and brainstorming that has happened in the last few days. Care to elaborate? That seems interesting. W Dick saying, wait, update on you going to Ivory Coast, Curacao, and Philly. That's not happening. I'm not going to Philadelphia. Isn't it on like a Wednesday? I'm not. It's like 3 p.m. on a Tuesday. I'm not doing that. Just no. No. I will go to the next World Cup when it's in a cool location. I like Philly. I think Philly gets more hate than they deserve. I like Philly. But it's not the same vibe when I pull up to Lincoln Financial Field off the SEPTA for Ivory Coast, Curacao. I want to go to the next World Cup where I'll get to see people play in Morocco, Spain, Portugal. That will be cool. It's awesome hosting it, but it's just that's it. The water. The thing I freaked out about like 2 minutes ago was apparently Scotland is at this moment on a collision course with the source of all evil, really. The Mexican national football team. La Selección. El Tri. They're on a collision course with them. In the Azteca. Scotland, Mexico, in the Azteca is looking like Scotland's most likely knockout game, provided they get through. Which would be insane. And I would fully be tempted to fly out for that. Freezite saying I'd put money on the Scots. I would not. Save your money. Don't do that. This is financial advice. Don't do that. Let's look. Okay, hold up. No. I want no. Stop it. Estadio. That's an E. Estadio Azteca. Scotland needs to save their goal difference for that third place tiebreaker. Yeah, and that's not going to happen against Brazil. Czech Republic, Mexico. Yeah, this. June 30th. I could swing that. Never mind, I'm looking at the prices. Best price, 3,200. That would be so much fun, though. That would be so much fun. 100 burritos. Yeah, maybe I just scale back a bit. Dominic saying seems reasonable. Freezite saying, as a day one Scotland fan, I have full faith. I know, once in a lifetime experience. I know. No. Christopher likes saying there'll be a main channel, then a featured event channel. Okay. Then a 24/7 soccer specific channel. Soccer channel will track 16 leagues globally and all international games. That's really cool. I like that idea. That sounds like a lot of fun. And Kat saying, by the way, I received some good news a few days ago. Interesting. Would you like to share? Where are we? I have no idea where we are. And now all I can think about is going to Scotland, Mexico, but I don't have 3 bands to drop on that, and then another band to get there and back. $4,000 to do that. $4,000. But it's at the Azteca. It would be so cool. Oh, you're getting 600 euros from Lufthansa for the flight delay in May. That's insane. Congrats. Oh, my eye's itching. It's not my nose this time, it's my eye. Wow. No, this isn't helpful. Yeah, I know, Freeze. I know that's why you went to your game. Not every day you can see that sort of thing. I know, but it's so much. I don't have that kind of money. I got other stuff to save my money for right now. Too much. Yeah, Iltired's saying Ranger's interesting. I know it's a brand, but English name. I think I don't want to look too much into that. I feel like we've seen that in other places. I feel like in Norway we've seen English named brands of like camper vans. And I think this is Norway, potentially. So, yeah. Cat saying I'm tired. I'm using them for my upcoming trips. Love that. Are those? So is it a $600 credit or is it $600? So that's those are two big things. Freeze out saying you were a young guy, no kids. Just saying. Yes, but I will also be a young guy, no kids at the next World Cup. So, and hopefully that one's cheaper. And I have no evidence to. It's not gonna be in the U.S., so it's like less price gougeable, maybe. Oh, that's awesome, Cats. Okay, so you're not even stuck flying with Lufthansa or Star Alliance. They're in Star Alliance, I think. Right. That's freedom. That is awesome. Freezeite's like, you're a young guy, no kids. Throw away your retirement. What language is this going to be in? Does that actually say maximum? This has to be Canada. Unless that word is the same. Freezeite saying if we make it to 2030. I'm sure we will. Cat saying I might go to World Cup again in 2030 if it's cheaper. I feel like it could be cheaper because it's not in the U.S. There's games in Morocco. And there's games in Argentina. There's games in... How many countries are hosting? Like 7? I'll go to a game in Morocco. That'll be cool. Hang out in Spain. Go to a game in Morocco. Cheaper. Cat saying, I don't think it's Canada, not Canadian looking sign, and the sign's on the left side, not the right. That's a good observation. Already planning for it. Iltard saying, you could take the train to DC, sell paint flakes, then use that to afford the Mexico ticket. What do you mean sell paint flakes? Am I out of touch on something? Did I miss something? Freezeite saying I want to go to the game in Montevideo. Yeah, that would be amazing. I really want to go to that World Cup. Will be amazing. Okay, 6 countries joint host in 2030. Yeah, then Saudis in 2034. Oh, blue paint flakes in the National Mall. Is that because they're painting the pool? What's it? Okay, so the joint hosts then are, I guess Uruguay's in it. For some reason, I thought Paraguay was involved. So it's Uruguay, Argentina, Chile, Morocco, Spain, Portugal. Yeah, Ronaldo will still be playing with his walker. Oh, New Zealand scored. Okay. Where is it? Refresh. Hasn't come up yet. Oh, there it is. Okay. Standings. New Zealand, top of their group. Good. It's still not showing up there, but doesn't matter. Up the Kiwis. Oh, no, Chile. Is it Paraguay, not Chile? Huh. Maybe. GeoPimps meetup at the 2030 World Cup. Where are we? Just clicking forever. Oh, yeah, cats. If New Zealand wins, Egypt, Iran will be a bloodbath. That'll be great for you. That'll be so much fun. Okay, they gave Paraguay one game because the CONMEBOL chief is Paraguayan, right? Sick. Yeah, cats. Yeah, I'm sure you are excited for that. That's going to be awesome. W Dix thinks it's going to be a great pride match. That's so funny. Just keep on clicking, keep on clicking. Keep on clicking. Cat saying lol W dig. Iltard saying bring some glitter, cats. It's so funny. Yep. Christopher like saying, yeah, it's the opening matches in 2030 will be Paraguay, Argentina, Uruguay. It's just the 3 matches, right? Or are they doing a whole group down there? And then I don't remember exactly how they're doing it. Cat saying sadly I'll be 5 rows from the back. That'll still be so much fun. Just the 3 games, right? Okay. So dumb. Yes, 6 countries host. 3 of them get 1 game. It's just so stupid. Imagine playing it. Like, imagine being Argentina. You get to play a World Cup game at home, right? After all the success of the, you know, the last World Cup, they've been great in Copa America. You get a World Cup at home, but you get 1 game. It's just pointless. Well, no, I understand. I know why they did it, but it's still just dumb. This forest. I feel like I'm in a video game. Well, we are playing a video game. A worse video game. Just keep on clicking. Keep on clicking. Keep on clicking. Keep on clicking. This sucks. We're at 15. I can't YOLO it. Is this ever New Zealand? Like random rural New Zealand? I would love to see anything. Anything other than the maximum velocity sign would be helpful. Just keep on clicking, keep on clicking, keep on clicking, keep on clicking, keep on clicking. Iltard saying, wait, I thought I saw something that might align to right-hand drive on the left. Oh, yep. You're right. We've got that there. Someone's on the left, we saw it in the back, so it must have been right-hand drive. I see what you're saying. Yeah, we've got it here, too. And these ones are actually in the ground, as opposed to the maximum velocity ones, which were just propped up. Which means, so right-hand drive kilometers English. Only one of those I know of. Yeah, Cat's saying this might be Canada then. Let's see. I don't like that you didn't recognize the sign. That makes me cautious. Yeah, look at that. It's a line for right-hand drive there. Cat's asking, is this a Dempster Highway? You know, I think we actually just have to go Canada here. Or just a road in the woods, dude. No idea. Oh, here we go. Yep, they're driving on the correct side. This has to be Canada. That literally looks like an Ontario plate. We're doing it. Okay, Cat saying BC plate. Yep, we're in the Yukon. Norway commercial plate. Going once. Going twice. You just got punked. I don't know. The cat saying stop. Let's just say it. I don't know. Low key. I know this is in this part of the world, but I don't know where. Platinum, services available, 233. So English. Could use some more words. That would be helpful. No through drive. Wait, are they driving on the right hand side? Oh, they are. Okay. Well, I'm wrong. This is Ghana. If it were Nigeria, we'd have a follow car. Yeah, Altair's saying Ghana right-hand drive. This will make sense. Yeah, Cat's also saying Ghana, then is no follow car. And then we have the Ghanan colors right here. Boom. Boom. Done. Oh, another forest! Yay! We need that car to come back. What is on here? Let's see the plate. Hydration break. Yeah, maybe we start instituting hydration breaks in the stream. You know what? Is this ever Colombia? No, not with those plates. Oh no, this is gonna be, yeah. It's awesome. Oh yeah, left-hand drive. Look at that. So it's Malaysia or Indonesia. Brilliant. My favorite. Oh, so tired. Drew and I were gonna go on a hike yesterday, and it was like, can't see him thinking Malaysia, but not 100% sure. I agree entirely with that statement. Not 100% sure, but I think it's Malaysia. But Drew and I were going to go on a hike yesterday in Cold Spring. It's a nice place. Like, Cat saying Drew hiked. No. So we were. We were going to go on a hike. It was a very nice spot. Here. I'll show you. Where's Cold Spring? Here it is. We were going to go... No. Where's the what is it called? It's like one of these. It's this, basically, because you don't get that. You don't get this view in Florida, right? So we were gonna go do that. It was gonna be fun. We had to get up at 8 to go do it, and then be back in time to go to the birthday party. But then we meet up with our other friend from our hometown, the other person we know who lives in New York from our hometown. Am I going the right? Yep, I'm backtracking. And we ended up, we literally stood on the sidewalk, the three of us talking, from 1 a.m. to 4 a.m. And then we climbed in bed at 4:30. And we were like, so we're not going to hike, right? Because we have to get up in 3.5 hours, and just no. And our bodies just hurt at that point. So that was a shame. But we'd walked 14 miles that day, so our bodies were dead. But it would have been a lot of fun. I could do it myself sometime soon. 3:37. Oh, that's why I'm so tired. So we still didn't get a lot of sleep. Freezite saying, I was talking with some of the European fans at the game, asking them if they were having a nice time in the States. So far, it was all positive, perhaps because the games are mostly taking place in the coastal states and large urban areas. Even the ones, have you seen, there are a couple accounts on Twitter and Instagram of Europeans who are road tripping it and kind of going between the major cities. And they're even still having fun in the rural areas. If you see, there's that one tweet where someone was like, someone showed a picture of a Buc-ee's. They just said, "This is a gas station. This is unbelievable." Malaysia, Indonesia. I'm thinking with the whole lack of Indonesia. There we go. Nice and easy. One time that I'm not going to look hard enough, and it's going to be a Liberian flag. And we're going to be on like 600. Yeah, exactly, W. Dick. My favorite is Algeria, staying in Lawrence, Kansas, and the locals embracing them. Didn't the local high school marching band, they had an open practice, and the high school marching band played the Algerian national anthem? Oh, okay. I haven't seen that, Freezite. I haven't seen people getting harassed by cops with threats of deportation because they were speeding. Yeah, I haven't seen that. Ooh. Christopher likes saying, I'm convinced the hydration breaks were an idea concocted by Fox to get extra TV ad breaks in. So, didn't they start in 2020? Wasn't that a COVID thing? Because people were out of shape and recovering from COVID. I'm tired saying now people love ranch dressing. It's so funny. I love the cultural clash. And I love seeing friends of mine who've never cared about soccer once in their lives and just be so, like, interested in what's happening. And send reels of, like, people partying in the streets of major cities. And Tartan Army showing up to Fenway Park was crazy. Yeah, and the 5 subs instead of 3. Yeah, that was also a COVID thing. What language is all this? Is this Turkish? Let's see on this car. Yeah, El Tired saying Turkish. Yeah, this is Turkish. Awesome. This is not how I picture Turkey. It looks like England. Maybe it's just because it's cloudy, but not what I expect. And then we got Ziegelfeldstraße, Wurt, or Schmitte. Yeah, Cat saying, yeah, Turkey has nice roads. Oh, it just mean it literally just looked like England. It was like hilly, kind of gray, a little miserable. Freezite, is this Germany? That's German. I don't know why I asked that. It's flat. It's probably Germany. Holland. I feel like I've heard of that. Christenhof. Invert. This has got to be Germany. Right? Yes, here we go. Freezite saying that is German, yes. Oh, but is it Germany? No. Yeah, Cat's asking Germany. What's this? I have no idea. Rems. Let's go into town. We'll see like political flags or something. Salut Frankreich. That's interesting. Huh. Freeze saying signs look Swiss with the blue. Okay. Willkommen in Mog. Border with France. Yeah, I'm putting that together. So not Austria. And these are... I should probably look at the plates. That would be really, really helpful. These are European plates. So... Okay, Freeze saying there was a sign that said school has started. Thank you. That is helpful. What? Just got shot across the street. Let's find Alan along the French border. This might have been a pointless. Okay, yep, that didn't help at all. I mean, it's kind of gotta be Germany. W Dig asking Swiss. The problem is the plates don't line up. Let me look at Switzerland. Blah, blah, blah. No, because we wouldn't have German. We wouldn't have German if we were on the French border, because then it would just be the French-speaking part of Switzerland. Yeah. This has to be Germany. Great, Ukrainian flag. That's not helpful. Fly your flag. Ah. Yeah, Christopher likes saying Germany around Stuttgart. I think if my memory's correct, it'll tell saying the town also. Yeah, it had an EU flag, the town sign. I don't think a Swiss town would have a Ukrainian flag. This has to be Germany. Any objections? I'm excited to go to sleep. I cannot wait. W. Dixon, go for it. Let's do it. Nice. Yep, outside of Stuttgart. I don't know why it said... I don't know why it warned of France incoming, but... right-hand drive, we're in the desert-ish. Let's go that way. Freezite saying... you know what? Freezite, it translated that to Ham, Germany. I saw what it said in German, because I hovered over it. But I don't know what I'd be saying. I guess it might be Ham, but I don't trust it. I know better. These are Tunisian signs. Yeah, Safax right there. Tunisia. Oh, okay, it means send as well. Well, Ham, Germany. Ham, Tunisia. I know Ham isn't what it means. It's the thing you wrote, but I'm playing around. This is Cambodia. We got Cambodian, but that could also be Thai. No, I think it's Cambodian. That's Cambodian. Let's look at a vehicle. Oh, no. Cool. Classic. Cambodian flag. Love it. Ooh, I don't like the hill in the middle of nowhere. Should probably go down the hill. Oh, no. This will be Balkan just because I don't want it to be Balkan. That's just how that's going to go. Watch. Watch this be Balkan. It's going to say Szkola. Zona Szkola. Yeah, that looks kind of built up in the distance. There's nothing going on in these houses. Nope. Nope. Blah. Keep on going. I think I may have been seeing things. There's nothing helpful in the distance. There's like one roof. That's unfortunate. Oh, I should mention, there will be, oh my eye, no stream next weekend. I will be traveling, and then there will be a stream the weekend after it. Yes, there will be. I messed that up in the calendar, actually. I moved the stream after it, but that's wrong. So let me go ahead and fix that right now, actually. Yeah, the July 5th one is still fine. But the June 28th stream is canceled. Yeah, Cat Saint sounds good. Yes, I will be traveling, and I will not be in a position where I'll be able to stream. What do we do here? I don't know. WDig saying another weekend trip to Africa. Let's get it. Dude. I was low-key thinking about it. You can't sing I'm flying back around that time, so it works. There we go. Love that works out. I was thinking about going to Ivory Coast this January for the long weekend, but I ended up going to the UK for like actual reasons instead of haha funny. Instead of haha funny, I'm going to the Ivory Coast for 3 days. Not even 3 days. It'd be like it was gonna be short. Freeze out, take Great Cape Verde. That's probably super expensive. I wonder how expensive that is. Let's say I go next weekend. Let's do the actual days that I will be gone. Explore. Cabo Verde. Okay. Yeah, it's not cheap. Looks nice. Oh yeah, you probably connect in Lisbon. Dude, 2 stops, 1 stop, 2 stops. This is, you just get a day in Lisbon for this one. Where's the 2 stops here? So I had to go to Lisbon to Brussels, or Brussels to, it'd be Brussels to Lisbon, because Brussels probably doesn't fly direct to. That's crazy. I'll saying go hike in Iceland. I do unfortunately already have things, but where, like, what is this trip? To Porto, and then I fly Lisbon to Porto, or Porto to Lisbon. Why? Why is that the route? Why is it Newark to Porto to Lisbon? That's so dumb. Yeah, but I'm not doing that. I already have flights booked. I've got to sneeze. Yeah, VXC is a brutal airport code. It feels aggressive. I was hoping for a sticker back there. Cat saying bless you. Thank you. Appreciate it. Nope, not helpful. Cat saying I might go to Cabo Verde one day. I mean, it looks nice in these pictures. Let's look. Cabo Verde. This looks very nice. Yeah. W. Dick saying seems like a good extension to your classic Mauritania trip. That'd be crazy. Mauritania, Cape Verde, absolute opposite ends of the spectrum. Yeah, it is a tourist place. Definitely looks like one. Why is that red? Why? What? That makes no sense. Where are we? I need to see words. Yeah, you have to fly to Lisbon to get there. Makes sense. I'm still trying to plan Moldova. And how to... Oh. Okay, this is Romanian. That was easy. Right? That's Romanian? Yeah, that's Romanian. You can't sing Romanian. Yep. I gotta brush up on my Romanian. As I said, Moldova. We saw Romanian. I gotta learn some. I think the only time I've been to a country and just not known any of the language was the Czech Republic or Czechia. Everywhere else, I've at least known, like hello, thank you. Romania, I don't know those. Or Moldova, I won't know those. Yeah, exactly. Cats, you should learn Romanian when going to Moldova. I should definitely start doing that. Christopher likes saying, I get the feeling Egypt will score and tie this game. Never know. What minute? It's so we're probably coming into halftime right now. Freezite saying the airport in Lisbon is very bad. Worst airport in Europe I've ever seen. I liked the Lisbon airport. We're really just gonna do. I don't think this is the best use for our time. I think we should go this way. Yeah, 42 minutes now. Makes sense. Why I'm tired? It's mostly bus gates. Gotcha. I remember really liking it, but I was very untraveled. I think that was my first solo trip outside of the U.S. So I didn't have much to go off. I've been outside the U.S. plenty of times. Oh, this is not where I expected it to be. Okay. This is Lesotho. They don't have any waiting rooms near your gate. I was in a waiting area. I vividly remember sitting in a waiting area. I kind of liked it. You know what? Yeah, Cat saying, I remember my 2-hour layover in Lisbon got cut to 1 hour as my first flight was delayed. Still made it to my next flight back to Canada. It's an okay airport. Lisbon airport. I liked it. Lisbon airport interior. Okay, it looks kind of worse on here. It was really cool, but I definitely went to that McDonald's. Yeah, see, there's waiting areas by the gate. Wow, okay. I'll actually, you know what? I'll stand correct on that one. Now that I've actually been my computer screen messed up. Now that I've been to other places, that kind of looks like it sucks. But that was, little 20-year-old me. Yeah. Christopher likes saying soccer players drive me nuts. I've been touched, it hurt. Yeah. Game's game. Freezite said I have to sleep on them. I want to go to sleep. I had to sleep on the floor. There's no benches in half the place. Could have gotten a hotel. Hostel. Always telling me to spend 3 bands to go to Mexico. You could have gotten a hotel. Just saying. Freezite saying soccer players are natural divers. It's just nature of the sport. The Miguel Almiron one was funny. Where Tim Ream just didn't even touch him. Alright, let's read this. Told you. Listen, Big brain. I saw the mountains, and I remembered the story of the Lesotho people escaped the Boers by hiding in the mountains and just turning it into a fortress. So I figured mountains. Probably Lesotho. Oh, I was too drunk for a hostel. I don't think there is such a thing. If anything, I think that's like an entry requirement. Christopher like saying, yeah, Freezite, they're also gifted actors. Freezite saying Almiron is a moron. He also got sent off for covering his mouth, right? You can't do that anymore. That's a immediate red. Rivera del Rubble. You know what? I don't speak Italian. I don't know what that means. Let's keep going. I don't know. Keep moving. Freezite saying, yep, Neymar should have a few Oscars. Freezite saying it's a dumb rule, though. I kind of like the rule, if I'm honest. I think it's a good way to crack down on the racial harassment. Like no one's ever covered their mouth in the sport for a good reason. Like if no one's ever done this and said something to someone on the other team and it been a good thing, you know. The guy said something to him in Guarani. Oh, cool. It's the Spanish. This is Spanish. For that saying Ewan woke. Ewan wants to cut down on racial hatred. What a Spanish coat of arms. So when I said I don't speak Italian, I was looking at Spanish. Whoops. Any objections? Spain. Cat saying that Paraguay-Turkey game was so funny. Glad I stayed up for it. W. Dick saying, yeah, Woke stays winning. Freezite saying I want a field battle at every game. Miguel's a huge idiot. Yeah. Didn't the other Paraguayan players steal the referee's watch? That was just dumb. W. Dick saying Spain, big winners today. Big ups to the Spanish. Drew and I did watch a bit of that. That was just funny. Yeah, for real, Freezite. Turkey is such a huge disappointment. I was afraid of them coming into the tournament. Like I didn't like them being in our group, and now we don't even have to start anybody. They could throw Drew and I in there. They could throw all of us in there. GeoPimps versus Turkey wouldn't affect anything. Freezite saying he gave it back to him. Oh, what a nice guy. Bare minimum. Yeah, exactly. W. Dick. It's like, why did I think Turkey was going to win the group? That's fully who I saw taking it. They got Ecuador. What does Ecuador mean? Yeah, that's just totally crazy. With Turkey out, at least USA automatically win the group, which we love. And then we'll play in San Francisco next. You know what? That's an interesting... How much will this be? You know what? This is probably very cheap now. Still 15. Halftime New Zealand. 1-0. Love that. Yeah. Still over $1,000 to see a game that doesn't matter. Only 2% of tickets left for our round of 32 game. You know what? This is cheaper than I expected. I expected this to be like $10,000. Again, 3 bands. Ecuador 0 goals 4-1 against, and they're on the brink. That is just crazy. Freezite saying when you get to the big stage, you drop the ball and can't win a game. Got it. Yeah. Meanwhile, we're just going crazy. Christopher likes seeing it. The fact that Curacao still has a chance to advance is funny to me. It's cool. I like. I've gone back and forth on whether or not I like the expanded format, because the group stage feels more watered down. Like I was Drew and I were walking through it earlier, because I'd explained to him what the pot one, because he doesn't like the sport, or he's never really followed it. But I think he's gotten more into it this weekend. I was explaining the pot system, kind of how everything's decided. And he's like, a lot of these groups seem like washes. You know, there's one really good team. He was surprised when there'd be two good teams in a group. He's like, why is that happening? And I'm like, that used to be the norm. That was like, you'd get a crazy group. Okay, this is Norway. Barnlekker, Kjør, Fort Sting. Could be Denmark, but it feels very snowy for Denmark. Cat's saying it's more of they can't score a goal when they have 70% possession, did 60 shots, and the other team has one less person for 45 minutes. That is crazy. Turkey as well, like just looking at the stats of those games afterward were just insane. Like, just complete dominance and then nothing to show for it. Yeah, Curacao can advance if they beat Ivory Coast, which probably won't happen, but you never know. Freeze's saying if I could go, I would, but I have a ton of work. I need to find a way to move my meeting so I can listen to some of the best games. It's tough out here, sons. Yet the infamous death group. I miss those groups. Those were great groups. I went and looked at the last World Cup's groups just to compare, and I was like, this is insane. This is just, it's so gritty. You know, you get the crazy games early. It's a bit more, there's pros and cons to either way. Exactly, Freeze. Turkey had a chance to run over Paraguay. Just didn't. W Dig saying basically what I'm hearing is Curacao better than Turkey. You know what? I mean, maybe. Put them together. Consolation group. Yeah, history was made on those groups. For real. Those were the crazy... Like, Belgium not getting through. Belgium not getting through the group stage. Germany not getting through the group stage. Those were hard groups. Those were something else. Yeah, Colombia. Christopher likes saying Colombia should beat Portugal. Portugal doesn't impress me, and Cristiano Ronaldo was a liability. Oh, that team. Yeah, that's not a good team. Freezite saying Argentina and Netherlands is always one of the best group of death matches. When were they in the group of? When were they together? This is Norway. Norwegian commercial plate. Brazil versus Germany, etc. Yeah. Honestly, is anybody even good? Argentina's good, France is good, England's good, but I mean, like, Brazil's not good, Belgium's not good. I guess Spain's good. All right, I'm gonna actually retract my statement. But yeah, Spain is good today. Yeah, I realized. I started thinking of good teams and was like, maybe I'll just stop talking. We good with Norway? I think that one's a solid one. I am so tired. I'm so excited to go to sleep. It's gonna be so nice. Maybe I'll throw on Iran, Norway, and let that soothe me away to sleep. Norway's impressive. Norway is, better than you'd expect. All right, we're going with Norway for this too. Yeah, Japan looks really good. Yep, Japan has been really solid. I love seeing kind of powerhouse. I mean, they're not a powerhouse yet, but they're very much a country that is expected to win. And I like seeing that outside of Europe and South America. It says, I think Freezite put it in the Discord during the week. Like, other confederations are catching up, which is so much fun. Yep, Denmark here. I would agree. This is Denmark. Veg. It's Denmark. Any objections? Ooh. I think it makes it a lot more fun. And I think that's one of the pros of expanding it is now we have, Uzbekistan playing in it. That's just so cool. It's so fun. It gives these countries the opportunity to play like a France and get good and make the sport even more global. Oh, no. It feels vaguely Trekker, but it's not Trekker. Freezite saying Korea let me down. Yeah, I know. It was disappointing. Couldn't get it through. Saw a really good meme of like Goku coming in to stop that goal coming in. Stop the goal going in. So that was funny. These might be Dutch. Congo tying Portugal. Yeah, that was objectively hilarious. I was going to send a picture in the Discord during the week. My high school friends and I, our joke was, it comes from being at a soccer game, and it's like too neat. It's just like so annoying to explain, but basically our like group symbol was like the Congolese flag. We were like, yeah, Congo, like that was the big thing. It's 9:57, so there's no point in explaining it any further. But we were always a group trip to the Congo. I talked about it with two of them like 2 months ago. We were like, we all have to go to the Congo someday. But so there's a picture of us all in front of the Congolese flag, and I wanted to send it, but I didn't. I was like, there's like 7 other people in this. I don't want to send this. Yeah, that was an awesome one. So I'll always support Congo because of that. So that was awesome. And it was DRC, not Republic of Congo. And Freezite saying, did anyone see that chart that shows the 99 players at the World Cup that were born in France? That's insane. That happened the last 2 as well. It's crazy. Yeah, Cat saying, oh, that's a lot. Freezite saying, I know that's why other countries have come up recently. Makes sense, doesn't it? Yeah, of course. Like Morocco, Algeria, Senegal. These plates. Yeah, I'm not sure. El Tired saying white front plate. Could it be the UK, though? Yeah, it's probably the UK. Oh, it's Wales. We're in Wales. Any objections to that? Exactly. Dr. Congo did good. I was so excited. That was awesome. Christopher likes saying if Spain finishes second in Group H, they'll have to face the winner of Group J, which is likely to be Argentina. Oh, that's great. That'll champions of Europe play the champions of South America in the round of 32, which did not previously exist. W. Dick saying love a MetLife game at 8 p.m. tomorrow night. I forgot about that. That's Norway-Senegal tomorrow night, right? Yeah, Cat saying that'll be amazing, Chris. That would be just... It's like those memes. You know, you've seen those memes. It's like getting the bathroom pass at school at the start of Argentina, Saudi Arabia, and coming back 90 minutes later. Like what? Like the whole memes of like trying to watch every game. I'm explaining it terribly. But basically, like, yeah, everyone's going to find a way to watch that. The dual script. I say we leave this. Lazovo. Yeah, Norway versus Senegal. Cat's asking if you're going, W-Dig. Yeah, we don't need that, Christopher. It'd be too early. I think the more big teams get knocked out, the better, at least for us. Our path to the finals is supposed to be, like, insanely easy right now. Our path to the semis should be easy. Knocking on wood. But, yeah, Cat's in Greece. Wait, not Greece. Yup. Not that one, but yes, on Thursday. That's... Which game is Thursday? Germany, Ecuador. Yep. All right, well... That is, honestly, I was about to forget that there is no next week. So thank you for saying that, Cats. Next time, then, enjoy your travels, you, and thank you, Cats. I will see you all back here 2 weeks from today. Keep in mind, 2 weeks. Do not be here next week. I will try to remember to not be here next week. It'll be hard for me to not remember because I won't be here. But have a wonderful week, everybody. A wonderful 2 weeks. Enjoy yourselves. Stay out of trouble. and I'll see you back here then.